Good morning, everybody. Hi. There we go. Good morning. Hey, Sarah. Welcome. Hi. How's everybody today? Good morning, Kendra. Hi, good morning. Good morning. Wow, good morning, everybody. Hello. Woo, hearts are going. Love the hearts. I'm doing pretty good. It's so far. I woke up. I'm bright. I'm cheery. Got my coffee. Good morning, Sean. Good morning. So it's so far so good. It's a good morning, and the sun. I think it has to do because there is no rain or snow today. Yesterday was very dreary here, so felt like I was just dragging my butt all day. Morning. Oh, nice. Yes. That's wonderful. I went for a walk this morning too. So that was really nice. It was so wonderful just to get out and enjoy. Not far from my house is this little park. We call it the Bunny Park because there's like 100 different rabbits all over the place. So we call it the Bunny Park. So yeah, there's a lot of bunnies around our place. So we're already starting with these. Man, oh boy, they must be just getting up, and this is what they do first thing in the morning. Hello, Russia. Hoo-yeah, trolls. I know. Look at this, and I tried to really make sure that I was didn't get him. So good morning. Hello from Mustra. Hello to Russia. So there we go. Let me see if I can get these people. I think I'm going to be like, feels like I'm going to be, oh, cancel. See, some of these are so fast. Wow, this is sort of crazy. Lots of crazy people out there. And so anyways, I'm going to send them all love out there if anybody out there. So, not speaking anything except English out there. I seem to have to do this every single day. Okay, my screen just went. Oh, sorry guys. Don't know what happened. There we go. I think I flipped it. Sorry about that. My screen just went. All these guys are just going crazy here. So anyways, just to introduce myself, I was just trying to, I think I blocked, I don't know how many people. My name's Mary June Tracy. I'm a spiritual love of life coach. I'm a psychic medium. I do readings online. I also do readings in person. So, I know, isn't that? It's just like, so lots of crazies out there today, but that's a cray, I think they say. But it's all good. It's all good. It just feels like I was just like, so being a spiritual love of life coach, it's just something it's my own little term. I am a coach, and I teach many different modalities. So if we all block them, then they won't get on other scopes. Exactly. I know. It's just, yeah. A few people I watched this morning, they had the same thing, and then I watched another business coach scope this morning, and she only ended up with one, thank goodness. So yeah, it is. It's one of those things. It's like they just sort of flood you all at once, but hey, but you can send them love. Yes. And that's fine. So, but what we're going to focus on, I'm going to focus on gladness and what gladness is. And I don't know if any of you know who Sark is. Sark, S-A-R-K. I just love her. She's just absolutely a fabulous woman. And love then block. Yeah, exactly. Love you, block, yeah. And she talks about gladness and talks about being glad and being scrumptious and being the best person you can be. And one of the things, and I was just looking at some of her book, and I do have one of her books, and this is Glad No Matter What book. And it's an awesome book. So if you can go out and get, go to the library and get her book. The one thing is that everybody, and I find it's really funny in the spiritual world or in doing any of my counseling, is that a lot of people don't want to feel bad. Like, oh my God, I got to feel bad. They don't want to feel the hurt. They don't want to feel the pain. They want to skip over it. They want to go from A to Z without doing any of the work in between. They want the magic wand, the get quick fix. They want the Band-Aid approach. And what I find is that even, when you do the Band-Aid approach, what ends up happening is that pain, that suffering, or whatever it is that you have to go through, is going to come out in some way, right? We have to go through it in order to feel it. So we can't skip it. I mean, to skip it is to not allow us to have even more joy in our life. All right? Loss and grief will wait and insist upon being acknowledged. It has to be acknowledged. And remember, just hoping that bad things won't happen to you just doesn't work. And we so want it. Sometimes we don't want it. We don't want to face that pain. And when my father passed away in 2014, I mean, it was huge. It was expected. It was one of those things that was expected. He was 95 years old and he wasn't doing well. But the whole emotional part, because that is your dad, right? So having your dad pass away is a huge deal. And, going through the emotions and the acceptance of it was one of those healing things for me. And for me, it was like taking some time by myself, going by the river, just chatting. And just chatting to him and I having a conversation, me and his spiritual self having a conversation, was very powerful for me in letting it go. And for me, for accepting for his death. Because I could sense, and I being a medium, I can see that he was good. That he was so much better. My mom, also, who passed away several years before that, and she's been passed for 11 years, was every time I see her coming to me or have a sense of her, she's always driving away in a car, which is funny because she didn't drive. My dad drove her everywhere, so I always see her driving away in a convertible. So I know she's feeling really wonderful, but it's the transformative work that we do is shown to us by the very difficulties and losses that happen to us. And after this shock and the time of passing, lots of tears. It's good to cry. A lot of people don't want to cry out there. It's like, I don't cry. And I'm just like, oh, that's so sad, because it's in those crying. It's in those allowing that all out, right? Your dad passed 4 years ago and just letting, yeah. And it is work. And sometimes it doesn't happen right away, because you're still going through the shock of everything. You're still going through the emotions of everything. I find my relationship with my father is a lot stronger now that he's passed. It's just I can talk to him about anything more so now than I could when he was alive. So it's amazing, and how much stronger I've become as a person with this. So there's so many experiences that fill our lives with gratitude and with gladness. We want to have the gladness in our lives, and we want to be able to feel them and acknowledge it. And the other thing is that we have angels that walk this earth that come to us when we need them. They show up, and and sometimes they're a little bit less than angelic people, but they're perfect teachers for showing us the compassion and acceptance in our life. And when these people come to us, right, and sometimes they're difficult when the student is ready, that's very true. It's knowing that we have the compassion and acceptance. I had, this is years ago, an instance that somebody was extremely upset with me. It does happen. People get pissed at me on what I was saying and how I was saying things and talking about spirituality. Yeah, I know. It's just one of those things. And they just started yelling and getting so angry with me. And I just stood there. I didn't respond to her. I didn't say anything. And I was very conscious in how I was standing. I didn't stand there like this, like, oh, don't talk to me. I don't know. My hands were at my side and just put very gently in front of me. And I just kept on repeating the word love. That's all I was doing, is just love, 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 love. Just kept going through that. And as I was doing it, and she was getting angrier and angrier at me, and she was upset because of something I said. And yeah, this is true. And it's funny because it was something I called her out on. And that was fine. So all I did was love, and I just let her have her piece, and I didn't even respond to her. And I said, and I told her, I said, thank you for sharing that, and God bless. And I walked away. And then she started to follow. It's funny because she started to follow me, and I'm just like, oh, do you have something more to say? And she just sort of stopped and she said, no. And I'm like, okay, well, you have a good day. And thanks for sharing. I don't have any response to you, okay? And she went away. But in that, I found out, a while longer, she was talking to somebody I knew and stuff. That only works for me if I don't get triggered. That's the hard part, is watching how getting triggered. People can trigger me sometimes when the trolls do come up. I do really want to respond. But it's one of those things that I just want to send them out some love and just let them know. And sometimes I do respond to them in a very funny way. Hello, welcome. And it's sending out the love. So one of the things is, a sniper shadow. Oh, really? Really? That's very interesting. With me, it's like now I know, I feel with even with people that come to me and that are showing me to be more compassionate, that I am able to communicate a lot better with people. I'm able to speak more clearly when I'm talking about certain matters, and I feel I'm coming more from my heart when I'm speaking it, because I'm speaking more of the truth, and the more you do it, your truth starts coming out. And that's no, I don't. I live in Canada. I live in Calgary, Alberta, Canada, not in the United States. And it's to share that love that you have, for yourself and for others. Yeah, when you drop into your heart, and it's good. And one of the parts that has really helped for me was doing Reiki. Reiki was really, and I've done it for 30 years now. So getting into my Reiki and getting my level 1, it took me a while to actually get into my body and to start acknowledging what is mine and what isn't mine. And then also, going to the level 2 and bringing in those symbols. The symbols were very, one of the more powerful part of it, because they really helped me to activate things and starting to activate things. So that was very powerful for me. And doing prayers and asking for miracles every day. I expect a miracle every day. I expect a miracle in all areas of my life. Asking for that. You don't like getting into my body. Oh, too much pain. And that's, it's really, that's one of the big things right now. There's so many people that I know or within my group that are not in their bodies because of pain. But here's what I'm going to tell you, is that in order for you to deal with the pain, okay, you have to get into it. You have to feel where it is. When you're able to feel where that pain is, you're able to work with it. You know? Good morning, Vegas. Good morning. When you're able to acknowledge where that pain is, and it's hard, especially when it's a physical pain, right? So for years, I couldn't. I've had hip problems and I've had hip pain, but I found that the more I started to acknowledge it, the more I started to get into my meditations and work with the healing and work with the different layers, it begins to come off, and it begins to shed. The more I call in my angelic realm, the stronger it gets. All right? Because a lot of times if you're just in your pain, you're not asking for help. All right? You're not asking for help. So then it makes the heart physically hurt physically. It can, but you got to work through it. Yeah, and the thing is, even with physical pain or emotional pain, the biggest part about your emotional pain is bringing it out, acknowledging it, acknowledging where that pain came from. When you are able to acknowledge where the pain comes from, you can do the forgiveness part and doing the big F. And the big F in life is not fuck you, although sometimes this is what we feel like we should say. It is yes, and expressing it. It's the forgiveness. And finding people who can help you, getting into a meditation group, getting into some deep meditations, and working and bringing in the love. That's the biggest part. It's not focusing on just where the pain is, but it's bringing in the love in your life and all around you. The more you start bringing in, you'll find that how you start to change your response to yourself and how you start feeling about yourself becomes huge. And there's many different things out there. So there's mantras. You can start doing mantras. There's different Kundalini yogas you can start doing. There's things that you can actually start going that I want to keep my scopes I'm trying to keep them under a half hour. So there's so many things that we can start to do for ourselves. Oh, don't worry. Don't be sorry. For ourselves. So one of the big things, and this is what I'm picking up. So when people ask me questions, I just get boom in tune. The biggest part for you right now, what I'm feeling is getting into meditation. And getting into that meditation means that you've got to get into your self. That means you got to start to feel, okay? And that's one of the first steps to start working with it and doing the transformational work inside of yourself through meditation. And making sure that you started Kundalini Yoga last week. Perfect. And who are you working with for the Kundalini? Yes, I'm in Canada. And I love Canada. I love the world. I want to go visit the world. I live in Canada. So, Canada is going to be my first love. With Heather, yeah. So if you're doing that with Heather, okay, so she gives you out the handouts every Sunday, right? So you get the handouts. So try and do what she's doing, at least 3 times a week if you can. Very important. So try and do some of the follow through. If you can't do the full Satnams, if you can't do the full Kriya, right? I know it's very powerful. If you can't do the full Kriya, Sherry, what you can do is maybe just do one of the meditations from it or take a meditation from it. Now, I know she posted the 40-day Kriya on her Facebook page, and it's a very simple one, that you do, but it's a very powerful one also. So just doing some of, little ones like that, because then it's not as much movement for you, with your body. And the next thing is just doing a morning satnam, morning sun salutation. And you can find very easy ones for like 5 minutes or so that can take you through. Very simple, very simple. Okay? The Kundalini, you're going to find your vibration is really, you'll be tired, maybe for the first day or 2 days. And that's just your vibration is really starting to change with everything. So I'm doing the whole Kriya. Oh, okay. Okay, awesome. That's awesome. Now, I just got from one of your angels, don't push yourself, because you're a pusher. It's an all or nothing thing, all right? And it's like I'm going to do it all or not, right? And it's like pacing yourself. When you're pacing yourself, that means you're listening to your body, all right? So listen to what your body has to say. And that's for anybody out there. So whatever you're doing, and it's like you want to, day 4 and crashed, yeah. So you want to do something, if you're wanting to make these changes, you want to do them in a manner that respects your own self. All right? So it's like even, with anything that we're doing. So if you're going into a new training, you're not going to go in and start doing the 5-mile jog in the morning. If you've never done the 5-mile jog, you're going to start doing maybe a half a mile or 3/4 of a mile. So yeah, it's all bringing in a balance and with loving. And that's also what you'll find too as you're starting to do this. And if you haven't faced a lot of stuff, it's going to start coming up. So keep a journal by you. And as you do that, you're going to be able to release it. All right? And it's taking those little baby steps, and you're going to see the shifts, and you're going to see that yourself going to transform. So you can get into the gladness. Okay? You can get into the gladness. So here I'm pulling out, and this is sort of, you're welcome. Very welcome. I'm going to throw that on the floor here. So this is my little Coach bag. My daughter gave it to me. Anyways, in here are some of my cards. So it's like, I don't know if anybody who knows who Mr. Dressup is. So this is going to be like my tickle trunk for cards. So I put some cards in here, and I'm going to pull out a deck of cards to read for you guys today. And that's what I'm going to do. So, and my other thing that I want to do, and I'm just going to throw it out there to you, is I want to do a Jukebox Thursday. And Jukebox Thursday, and I got to get speakers on my computer here, is finding words that are music that's inspirational to you. Not gospel or anything like that. Just, a song you get on the radio, or a song that's sort of your go-to song that's inspirational. And what I want to do is then I want to post those songs up on Facebook. And find out what different inspirational songs that are great for you. So I'm going to call it Jukebox Thursday, because I have a Q&A Wednesday. So I'm trying to get themes here going with me. So with my scopes. And we didn't get the kitten yesterday, just for anybody who wanted to know. The kitten is we should be getting it, I think, today. So that's exciting. Alrighty. So this reading, there's one. So the card that just jumped out is about to return people to romance the past, remembering events differently in better or worse than how they occurred. So looking at how you remember things, looking at the past, this is about remembrance. Remembering, right? Oh, there's no sex here right now, honey. Yeah, there's no sex. There we go. You go to the bathroom. So it's remembering events. And sometimes we remember the events. Yeah, too busy. We remember the events differently than maybe somebody else. And that's okay. All right? Because everybody has their own perspective. That's why we say everything's an illusion. Because you go by your own perspective. But going back, and even, when you remember certain things, honor them. Especially if they're parts of your past that didn't bring in the gladness, right? And then you can release them. You don't have to relive them. We don't want you to relive. And now it's time for celebrating. So we have the Three of Summers. So the Three of Summers is all about celebrating. Coming in, what is it that you want to celebrate in your life today? What do you want to bring forth and celebrate out of this beautiful ordinary day? Because I love when it's, when we look at the ordinary day. Dance party. Awesome. Get up, dance, move, put on the music, and just allow your body to go. Organization. Awesome. And celebrate that. That's perfect. Celebrate those little things that you did accomplish, all right, over the weekend or yesterday, or what you want to accomplish today. So putting those things together for yourself. And reward yourself. I love it. So we're going to celebrate. We're going to get things done, celebrate the things, and reward yourself, okay? I would, but I'm tired from yoga. So just give yourself, sit back, have a cup of tea. That's a good reward. So allow yourself to reward yourself for those things, all right? And the thing is that even the little things, just start allowing yourself to do that. Hello. And then we have to go and rest. So set aside your concerns. Set aside your concerns. Sometimes we overthink a lot of things. And if we can set aside our concerns for just a bit, a solution will come through meditation. If you sit there and try and figure it out, I call it a brain constipation. You can't get it out. All right? I'm exhausted from stress. Okay, you got brain constipation there. Because if you're exhausted from stress, that means that you are not asking for help. You're not asking for help from the divine. You're not asking help from the angels or anybody else. You're wanting to do it all yourself. Right? So that's why we want to celebrate, get out, move it, allow yourself to dance and let it go. Then reward yourself. Make yourself a cup of tea, all right? And then put aside those crazy little concerns that you have, all right? And allow yourself just to be happy, be glad, all right? Enjoy your day. Enjoy your day. Hello, hello. Welcome. And thank you all for the hearts. I shall have pie, maybe. Pie is good. Pie is good. Pie is great. Have a wonderful, wonderful day today, you guys. Make sure that you honor yourself in all that you do and in all that you say. What's pie? You don't know what pie is? With pastry and fruit inside. So, and pastry on top. And then you could do it with a dollop of ice cream. So, anyways, you guys, key lime pie. Have a great day. Love you all. Thank you. Namaste.